Yes, guys, it's Dani Glover from Fight Fan TV Live. We're here in the iconic York Hall in Bethnal Green with the promoters Jon Tretheway and Mark Neilson. We've had a two-day bonanza of fights, Friday and Saturday, which from my memory I don't think has been done before. Has it? Do you know of?
We don't believe it has at York Hall. I think I know Eddie Hearn's done back-to-back nights. I've watched them myself, but at York Hall we believe it's the first time ever. We've enjoyed it. Tired though.
So how did that concept come about, and how was you able to acquire it for 2 days in a row? Because as you said, Eddie Hearn and Frank Warren haven't done it, or even Ben Shalom.
Yeah, well, listen, you know, we had two stacked cards on 2 nights, consecutive nights. We did actually at one point think about doing a Sunday show and doing 3 on the bounce. But I tell you what, now my legs are aching. That'd have been way too much, John, wouldn't it? But you know, we just the way we're working now in London, and the amount of boxers that we work with, the amount of gyms we work with, there's like a waiting list to get on the shows. So we could have oversubscribed both nights comfortably. So you know, there's only so many hours in a day, and it takes a lot to organise. You can tell by the production. It was a sellout crowd again tonight. There's a lot of work goes into it. So there's only so many you can do. But you know, we want to make sure we don't just go for volume, we want to go for quality. So you know, we're out once in October, we're out again in November, and it'll be a similar sort of quality again.
As you said about the quality, you've had, you know, some good fighters on the cards in both 2 days. You had Lerone Richards back out, you had Lucas Rohrig, you had Arnie Dawson. Who was the standout for you? I'll ask you first, Jon. Who was the standout for you over this weekend?
It's a really good question, because there were lots of good fights last night, and that feels like ages ago now, like you said, because it's been such a busy weekend. I think you probably have to go with that last one. You know, both of those fighters are great. 96-94 kind of felt about right. Every round was close. Marley was in the fight. Marley keeps coming and coming and coming. I think Arnie was just a bit crisper and a bit cuter on the night, and that's probably a right decision. But there were lots of other great fights. Last night, that last fight with a stoppage was just a war. The John Marvin one and Ali Cordy. But no, we're happy with that. When we sit down on Monday and have a review, because we always do that, I'm sure we'll be like, yeah, we're happy with that.
Who was your standout?
You know, Lucas Rohrig is just quality talent. You know, working with George Groves, I could just see they just want to keep him busy. He looks like he can go all the way. But like what Jon said, that last fight was the fight in the night for me. I enjoyed the heavyweights. That was, you know, the Harvey Dykes team thought they were unfortunate to get a draw, so they're not best happy. But there's some cracking fights. But that last one was a great finale for the night.
Yeah, Doran versus Harley for the heavyweight. It was a bit of a spoily. It didn't quite get married, kept going. Are you looking to put that one back on potentially?
I've already had a couple of conversations already, so hopefully we get a belt on it. But yeah, look, that can be played back. I think a draw, I might have had it just to Doran, but I'll be honest, he was a southpaw. I was worried that he would be awkward, and he was awkward. You know, he spoiled a bit, but fair play, that was his style. So let's play it back, hopefully get a belt on it, and then see who wins.
How did you guys come up with the concept to sort of do the collaborations in the first place? Because you do a lot of collaborations, we don't usually see that on shows. So how did that come about?
Well, I think we, it was like last year when we were sort of inspired by Frank and Eddie doing their thing in Saudi, their 5v5. And me and Jon worked together, separate dates, separate shows. You know, we both put on over 60 sort of shows in our own right as promoters, and we'd work together. You know, he was on doing one Saturday night, I'd be doing the following Saturday night, and we had a conversation and said, you know what, why don't we do it together? You know, I think and why don't we do a 10v10? I mean, Jon was like, do you know what? Yeah, let's do it. Our teams all got together. We sat around a table. There's all the boxers that Jon works with, all the boxers we work with, and we sat down and tried to put this lineup together. And it was a mouthful in some of these fights. So we did it, and we come up with this show, and we did it at the Indigo O2. Sold out the place, absolutely fantastic. One of the best nights of boxing I've been involved with. And actually, it was a pleasure working with Jon and the team. And then we just, you know, both of us said, why are we competing with each other at York Hall? Why don't we do these shows together? And it's just gone from strength to strength to strength to strength. It's like, you know, 2 and 2 is now making 5, you know, so brilliant.
Yes, because I remember I was at the Indigo 2 where it was Dan Francis versus Ollie, and that was a great fight. And even when I came to Ipswich as well, that was a great show as well. You guys looking to do things around the East Anglia area like Ipswich, Norwich, anytime in the future?
Yeah, possibly. We might be in Ipswich in the new year. I think we're looking at a date there. We don't mind going anywhere as long as the show can be pulled off. It's easy to just go, oh, let's pick that city. You've got to have home fighters there or connections, but there's a few fighters up like Norfolk, Suffolk that can't always travel down to here from a ticket point of view. So if they go up there and then they come back here on the next one, things like that. But just to reiterate what Mark said, they're friends now. You know, there's so many egos in the sport, whether it's fighters fighting with each other, promoters are the same, they all want to get one up on each other, but we've got a strong team between both parties, and it just means we can get more things done, better fights made, pull off better shows. So it's good.
And also, even I enjoyed that one, Gloucester, where I live streamed it as well. That was a great show as well. So yeah, are you looking to do more of that around the country?
Yeah, we always, and we did speak actually. We know Chris Saniger down in the southwest. He does a lot of Welsh shows for Welsh TV, and we sort of pitched it to him. Why don't we do an England-Wales show? I imagine the marketing on that with all the Wales, the Red Lion flags and the St George's flag, it's going to be brilliant, I think. So we're talking about that, but we'd like to do different things. We speak to some managers, promoters in the Midland, doing a sort of Midlands v South, and lots of things in the pipeline.
Lots of things in the pipeline. What are you alluding to? Because I've seen you going out to America, so you got anything planned to do any shows out there or anything around that sort of stuff?
Well, listen, John, me and John have been talking because I've got some contacts in Saudi and I'm back and forth out there a bit. And we're working on this show. There's this sort of big sort of week, festival week, where I think Inter Milan are playing a friendly against the Saudi team, and they want to do like a week of a festival of sport, and boxing's going to be involved in that. So the whole team will be involved in that, and that's like next summer. So when normally nothing's happening over here, we might be in Saudi next summer.
Okay, are you looking to be there as well, John?
He's going, I'm going. But he'll be paying.
Okay, I love it. I love it. Hopefully, I'll be there to cover the shows as well. Well, you have it on camera. So yeah, what's the next shows? And give us the lineup of what's to come for the viewers.
We've got 2 shows coming up before the end of the year. We might have a third one if he lets me. But October, we're back here in 4 weeks, and then November, the middle of November, the November card will get announced the next couple of days. That's looking like a very, very good card, similar to this. And the October one, lots of prospects on there, but big ticket sellers as well. So hopefully, it'll be rocking like it was tonight. And we'll try and do the same thing as we did for the fans tonight.
So any last words for the supporters and the viewers who have tuned in and continue to support your shows?
Yeah, listen, you want a Saturday night out of entertaining boxing, 60 quid a ticket, and you get a night like that in London, in the East End, in this iconic venue. You see Neilson Boxing and TM14 on the poster, you know what you're getting. So we're back in October, we're back in November. Are we slipping another one in now, So
I'm the one who always tries to do it, and they all tell me no. So sometimes I get a bit too ambitious.
He's the one who suggested doing 3 in 3 days.
I wanted to do tomorrow as well. We had enough fighters, but he pulled rank in the end. I was like, all right, fair enough.
Thank God.
Thank you for your time, guys, and it's been a great show. And there you have it, guys. It's Dani Glover from Fight Fan TV Live here with Jon Tretheway and Mark Neilson. And remember, guys, persistence beats resistance. You know where it is. This video is powered and sponsored by Treasure Boxing Club.